Hello, real-time gamers, and welcome to the very first Blizzcon Podcast.
Well, first
For us.
first annual.
Yeah, that's right.
This isn't gonna be
We're going to be doing this next year, and today we'll be playing some arena in the background as Jaina Proudmore. Because we're so proud that things are happening.
So I guess first we'll talk about our draft, and we'll put like an annotation in or something, so you can skip ahead if you don't.
Yeah,
care
that's
at
probably
all.
going to be like right up here if you want to click on that right now. So first off, I'm liking this cold lights here. But
Are you serious?
no, I'm joking.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Emperor Cobra.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
For sure. Are you sure for sure?
Oh no, this is tough. Stormwind or the Ooze? Probably Stormwind. They're both pretty good.
Oh, ooze, man. I like the ooze more.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I guess.
I usually worry about getting the early game first and then the late game.
Flame Strike.
Are you sure?
Yes. There's no question.
What?
There's no even contest. The
Okay,
value you
so
can get out of Flame Strike
Golem?
versus yeah.
Are you gonna agree with me on goal?
Oh yeah.
Another golem.
Yeah.
Golem it up.
Missile.
What about Squire?
No. Not even countable.
Well, we better get some spell damage then. Intellect
Sure.
or
yeah.
Stormpike? Stormpike, I actually think is
The
okay.
ghoul's pretty good too, actually.
I don't like the ghoul, but that's a personal thing. I kind of want.
2-drop, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, we're not gonna have any late game.
Get a berserker and we'll shoot a fireball.
Faceless, yay! Late game.
Are you sure?
What else are we gonna do? We can't buff our ooze.
That's true.
Our pirates are gonna suck.
No choices.
Dark Iron Dwarf.
Yeah, we got no fours. We got 4. Think we have a way to activate the egg? Ever?
Not
Like
good
ever?
enough. Maybe. I mean, you could ping it down, but that's a waste of 4 mana.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, you could do the Dark Iron, but that's the only card we have.
I'm gonna go with it because I don't want to worry about the counterspell.
Okay.
I've further hope for future cards. Another counterspell.
Hitmaster, I suppose, right?
Yeah. Polymorph
Drake. Oh,
or
never mind.
Ogre
Yeah.
Magi.
You put the Ogre Magi over the Oasis Snapjaw?
Yes.
Why?
Because we got one spell. I'm joking. I want the polymorph.
Oh, you
after.
just mean in general because of the spell damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Polymorph for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Another polymorph or no Machine Hunter?
Another Polymorph. It's a good spell, man.
It is. Undertaker.
Bad.
Bad in arena.
Is Nova worth it or Flesh Eating Ghoul?
I'm gonna go Ghoul, I think.
Yeah. Probably, because we got the Imp Master at least, I guess. Ooh, yay, Ventricle.
Yeah, nothing else to worry about. Because the thing
It's
about
good
Ventrico is,
Oh my god.
They're gonna have to
Harvest
kill it
Golem
anyway.
Hands.
look at all these threes
Yeah,
though.
that's so good though. Harvest Golem for sure, man.
For so many golems.
Oh.
Mmm.
What the hell
Maybe
do we do?
Molten Giant.
What do we do? That's a bad draw.
I think we go Molten Giant, just because that excites me.
Okay. I'm never gonna play it, probably. Oh my god! Ice Block. Or Molten Giant.
God, they
If
combo
we couldn't
though. I
get-
want
yeah,
both.
So we probably get an Ice Block. So we
Okay.
could, keep
maybe
it
get
one.
Look at those threes though.
Yeah.
Maybe another arcane missiles.
Maybe the Ogre. Because we don't have very many 4s. Taunt.
Taunts could be useful.
Undertaker's pretty useless. Well, we have a lot of Harvest Golems. I guess you could play it. The Undertaker maybe on.
That's true.
We do
Yeah.
have 3 Harvest Golems. And then there would be an egg.
Yeah. Let's. Oh, for Undertaker combo.
No, do we pick? We have to pick.
We have to.
No! No!
And now the gore out. No.
Duplicate.
Duplicate. Yeah, I like duplicate. That's a fun card.
This is
Plus,
bad. We're gonna
plus
have
all
to
these
we could have
threes.
had that ogre.
Let's think about
I can't
turn-
believe we could have had the ogre and now we have no late game because we have another harvest golem.
We got the
4
Molten
harvest
Giant.
golems.
All right, so this is bad.
Yeah, these are all bad.
I almost. Oh god.
I don't know. They're all really bad. I guess the charge maybe.
Yeah, Boar. Boar's best. Boar is best.
I would pick the unstable over but we have no late game. But
Yeah, we're going
It's still
lower the
better.
arena here. Think so?
I think so. But you should.
I
pick
guess
Lord
we-
Duke. I don't know. Well, actually, we don't have, and that'll help us with our egg maybe.
With the what?
Egg, and it's
Egg.
got Death Rattle.
Yeah. Alright, you convinced me.
We're not going to have any late game, but that's
Death
fine.
Rattle.
I'll do it.
But we only got...
We don't want zombie chop.
We got one Undertaker, and we're just like, let's build the deck around this one Undertaker.
Well, maybe we'll get the duplicates off on it, and then
That's
it'll be
true.
good.
So should we pick duplicate?
No. Probably chop.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. 4.
Another Dark Iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go, another venture. Hopefully these will take
Or
us into the late game.
Yeah, I do like Venture though.
No, this is bad. The Crazed Alchemist? We don't have any spells.
No, but his ability can be surprisingly useful.
Yeah.
I feel.
Right. Much better.
Alright. So here we are. Playing some Arena.
Okay.
Talking about BlizzCon.
So
What's up at BlizzCon, Brandon?
Since we didn't go,
Yes.
we only got to watch some
Keep
of
that
it
in
because
mind.
we also have jobs.
So we're about as knowledgeable as you right now.
But we do have a fair amount. I did get to watch, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. I watched the opening ceremony and the main stage for a bit, and they talked about the Warcraft movie.
Mm-hmm. And they played a trailer that we didn't get to see.
They didn't play the trailer on the main stage. They had a teaser on like a side area you can go to if you have time. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good opening. Yeah.
And well, apparently, I mean that's all I know about it. I mean, they just played a teaser and
Well,
what
do you
excited.
think?
I think I might actually watch it, even though I'm not like a World of Warcraft person. I'm just interested in it, and I do like Warcraft.
Yeah, I like the Warcraft universe outside of World of Warcraft.
And the stuff they played throughout, they had Draenor, like all in between their breaks and stuff, they kept playing like Draenor, like clips or like backstories on different characters and stuff, and it was really cool. It was like almost a comic book oriented style, like of art. But that was pretty neat.
Especially for people who aren't too knowledgeable like myself about the universe.
Mm-hmm.
For the crusade!
Ooh, bummer. You can kill it at least.
Yeah. But do I want to?
Well, what's the worst that could happen, I guess, on turn 3? Or you could do the Crazed Alchemist play on it.
Yeah, but then what?
And then you can kill it. You know, you trade 1 for 1 instead of having to use your fireball and you have a board up. But, so, besides, you can do whatever you want, though, I don't care. Besides the Warcraft movie, there was a lot of things that were announced. For instance, they announced the StarCraft expansion, first expansion for Hearthstone.
Yeah, as they call
beta, Overwatch, and the beta, new IP, for the first time in like 17 years or something. Something crazy like that. And so, I think we'll go in the order in which they had them on their development page and discuss them. First, the Legacy of the Void beta, which is a StarCraft, the next StarCraft expansion, which will be standalone.
And crazy.
That's like, it's so much different than the other 2 StarCraft games.
So are they gonna have linked multiplayer at all between the 2? Like, can a person playing StarCraft can play?
That wouldn't make any sense.
No.
Why do you get all these units and I don't?
I just.
But so yeah, they haven't set a beta like date, but they're aiming for the first half of 2015, I guess. Yeah, they had a lot of different unit changes besides adding units to the game. They added 2 units to each class.
Yeah, which is insane. Like,
Right.
we were talking about this ahead of time, and you were all like, well, they won't add any units because nobody can handle that sort of information.
I thought they weren't. Well, they said they weren't in the past. And not only did they add more units, but they just drastically... Okay, for instance, they changed the game substantially by... You start with 12 workers. The game is so fast. The mineral patches have gone from 1,500 to 1,000. So that's a 33% decrease. So you have to constantly be taking new bases. The game starts at a much greater tempo, and you, like... It's insane. It's insane. But they announced that they have different goals for Legacy of the Void in general. One of those being that they wanted to like reduce the downtime of the game and make the spectatorship better, I suppose. Or just, you know, in general that might make the game more fun. I'm not really certain. I don't really, that doesn't affect me.
It'll make it more fun for me as a viewer, I believe.
I'm sure it'll be more fun in general too. Like, but I can't say because I haven't played it. Yeah, so they wanted to reduce the passive gameplay time. More harassment options, and it's evident in not only did they buff units that are harassment type units, make them faster, they made like siege tanks, you can drop them in siege mode, you can pick them up in siege mode. Banshees
that was
are super
crazy.
fast. Tempests are really fast, and they're like in a harassment mode like unit. They only attack ground. They made like everything is just so much different, and more like micro oriented and harassment oriented. So, but it's insane because they had show matches at Blizzard or at BlizzCon of Legacy of the Void with like they had the losers from the round of 16 play Archon mode against each other, and it was just nuts watching. Like they'd lose like 30 workers in the first, I don't know, 4 minutes, and they'd still be able to win the game.
That's
like
crazy.
It would be balanced. Like you just regularly lose that many workers, and it was fast paced enough where it didn't affect your game that much.
That's insane.
But
What to do?
but it was nonstop, like from a viewer's standpoint. So it was interesting, but the units kind of looked a little unbalanced to me at first. I don't really know though, because you only see one game instance of them being played, and when you don't know how to fight them, then obviously, they're gonna seem bad.
I mean, it was a crazy showing of like what everything can do though, right? Because like having these overpowered units and putting these very skilled players in the battle with them. But do you think they had a knowledge of like what was going on beforehand?
When they arrived, I was told that when they got there, they is when they first had seen any of that sort of thing. Like
Okay.
they didn't tell them until the day they got there, and then they got to play with it. Like everybody in the StarCraft area, like the commentators and whatnot, they all had the opportunity to play and watch, and the pros did. But yeah, they said they had like little less than 48 hours to prepare for it, so they made like cheeky builds or whatever they had.
Yeah, utilizing all these broken characters.
Yeah. And what else do they have on this list here? I suppose incentives to go on the offense. So they wanted more people to be able to have more mobile forces, and then they have a lot more areas of attack, which, I mean, it kind of pans into the harassment, I suppose. The more you can move around, the more mobility you have, the more harassment you can have, and then the more pressure it puts on you to like make sure you're watching every spot you're at.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed too is like since people expand so rapidly, because your bases run out of minerals so quick, and because you have such a huge jump start on your economy, you have bases all over the map by the time you're at like 5 to 10 minutes. Like you have to be defending all these locations at
So
once.
much to focus on.
And that's a lot different too, because like getting 4 bases in StarCraft 2, like Heart of the Swarm, it's common, it's what happens late in the game, but it's late in the game, and like, I mean, there's different focus. There's not as much harassment going on, but now there's still harassment going on, and you have like just everywhere to defend. It's just insane. It was really cool to watch. So
Do you think this might lead to them needing larger maps for people to play on?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe in order for like really long macro games to exist. Potentially. I don't know how long it would actually take for games to just line out in a general like map.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I don't know. It's kind of cool the way it is now, I thought, but it'd be neat to see bigger maps, I suppose. I don't know if it'd be necessary, I guess, is all. But yeah, and then the idea that they want to perpetuate it as well is like of having more micro units, micro intensive units, and all of the units that they added, or at least I'm pretty sure all of the units that they added had like a great deal of micro involved with them.
It was fun to watch.
The Terran units, for instance, were the Herc and the Cyclone. The Herc is like almost like a Zealot or something. It looks like a giant SCV to me, and it like hobbles around, and it's got this little claw thing and a grappling hook, and it like grabs onto people and zips over by them. Like it goes to them, it doesn't pull the unit to itself.
Yeah.
And then it punches it in the face with this drill, and it does pretty good damage. And it can get splash damage, so like you can do drone harass and or worker harass. And that was like constantly being micro. And the Cyclone as well was you had to like get in range with it, but once you lock onto it, you could go, and the range would expand from 5 to like 7 or 5 to 9, I can't remember. And then you could just back away. You like lock on and run away from the unit, and then they can't attack you anymore, and you get to do huge damage. It did so much damage. It was insane. Like, it killed stalkers, and like it killed a stalker if it locked on. Like, you wouldn't get that. There's no way. So that was a pretty good unit. But those were both very micro-intensive, and like doing all those things took a lot of APM. So if you want to do that in a normal game, you're probably going to sacrifice in some other regard, unless you're really good. You know, like even the pros might not be able to like competently do all of those things simultaneously.
Yeah. Which is great though for Archon mode. Like, do you think that's one of the reasons they...
I don't know if they'll have competitive Archon mode, but Archon mode is another thing they did announce, which is like you can play with 2 people, but you control one army in one base.
Yeah.
Like, so you can have one guy macroing, or both you macro, both you control units, or however you want to do it. But you can have like, yeah, I mean, it looked really interesting, a lot of fun. I want to try that. Like,
we're gonna be trying.
That's probably what I'll play most of, because I don't actually play much competitive StarCraft. This is insane. Is he actually going to do that?
You probably have something you want to play.
That's bigger.
Yeah.
Like a
I'd play a
Sarah.
Legendary, I don't know.
Better be a Sarah.
Ready for this?
That's not that good of
that
a
would've
Well, I
cost
guess,
9.
I mean, he did have to wait to, like, I mean, the cost of his card would be more.
Yeah, and you probably want to draw the card.
You get your butt kicked.
I sure am.
It's because of that temple in the early game.
Yeah.
Slow start.
A Divine Shield in the beginning.
Yeah.
Really.
Mind control. Do it. What else are you going to play?
Arcade Vessel.
But, so anyways, then they also, like, they changed for Terran, they changed the siege tank. So you can, like I said, you can pick them up in siege mode, drop them in siege mode. Hey, good game. The Thor has a second attack mode that high impact payload has been replaced with emergency repair, and it's an activated ability that allows you to incapacitate the Thor and heal it back to full health, which is kind of insane. So you can heal your Thor. I mean, he doesn't do anything for a period of time, and they didn't really show. I don't think I got to see how long it takes for it to heal back up, but
It's gotta be faster than repairing it.
maybe. But either way, it's probably free, and like not having to spend minerals is pretty cool.
Well played.
But
I totally forgot I played this.
that's okay. You can kill yourself.
Waste of time. Yeah, exactly.
See, you get to win, not him. And then the Banshee. The Banshee was so cool to see. It's so fast, and I don't know, did they remove cloak? In order for future enhancement, Terran's harass. Banshee will drastically increase its movement. The upgrade requires a fusion core. Okay, so you have to have a... Oh, and it will be able to outrun mobile detection in general. And it has a bonus attack range, which, like, it's just crazy, because Banshees were not necessarily, like,
Bad.
easy to deal with before.
Yeah.
But now they're really good. Like, more range. They outrange a Stalker, I'm pretty sure. And they have, like, Marines. And they're fast as shit. And you can't, like, if you put an Overseer and Observer on it, it's going to be faster and get away.
You asked for
from,
it.
like-
My magic will tear.
But you could still kill him,
apart.
I mean. But it's a lot harder. And the battle cruiser, which was probably the weirdest change, and like, it's just like, what does that mean for the battle cruiser? I guess the battle cruiser has a tactical jump ability, allowing it to teleport anywhere on the map.
That you have vision.
Yeah. I mean, it costs a lot of energy, but you can teleport. You just throw down a scan, and you can go wherever the hell you want with your battle cruisers. An entire army.
Do they spawn with full energy?
No,
Okay.
it takes a while to build up.
Someday I'll be just like you.
But regardless, I mean, people play battle cruisers, but not as much. But I imagine this will be like the funnest thing in the entire world when it first launches. Just build an army of battle cruisers
And then
TP
teleport
them
all of them.
around.
I'll show them.
So I guess we can, maybe we'll just go through all these changes in units quick.
Oh,
So the Zerg units, they did add the Lurker, which was from Brood War, maybe StarCraft 1 originally too. I didn't watch much of it, don't know exactly. But it's a unit that burrows underground, and it deals like siege damage essentially. It like shoots in a line and shoots spikes up through the ground and attacks anything that's on the ground. It morphs from a Hydralisk, and I mean, it deals splash damage. I don't really know a lot about it. I know a lot of people were excited about it. It looks cool. I think the idea of more Zerg units that evolve is fun in general. Watching, like, because Zergling to Baneling, that's always cool. I mean, just because it adds tactical elements too.
And more flavor to it.
Right, it gives you more flexibility as you play, because that's what Zerg's all about, is reacting. Oh, I have all these Hydralisks, now I don't want them anymore, and I can transition and make them into something else. And the Ravager is the other unit that they added, which is the evolution of the Roach. This thing is friggin' weird. It is cool, but it's really weird. It's like you shoot up like mortars, and it takes a while, and then they fall down, and it shows like where they are.
Yeah.
Like on the ground. It shoots up a big splash damage thing. But like, I'm not sure if I don't know if it's going to be used to zone out, or if it's just going to be for damage, or if, I really feel like it's just going to be to like kind of push armies around where you want them to be.
Well, that would be interesting.
Because you can't come here because there's all these mortar droppings, you know. And like,
Yeah.
Or you have to, you know, or maybe they'll be good for mineral line harass. I have no idea. That'd be kind of fun. Just drop them in people's mineral lines and siege it up.
I don't, it's one of it might be my new favorite unit though.
It looked really fun. And it looks like it's a lot of fun to watch. Like, I don't know, it looked like when it's going to be cool and it hits, you're going to see a really skilled player playing.
Yeah.
You're going to know that they're good at the game. And it's one that J-Dog took favorite too, which is kind of funny. He's a total nerd. He's the best StarCraft player of all time.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, Brood War, I should say. But anywho, they changed the Corruptor, and the corruption ability has been removed and replaced with Caustic Spray. It's a channel ability which deals increasing damage over time to a unit or building target. So now the Corruptor can actually target stuff other than just air, and it does it like slowly, and it's kind of cool. It's like it makes it so the Corruptor is not actually just an anti-air unit, which is kind of boring. Nobody wants to see a unit that just does one thing and that's it. Like, it just kills battle creatures, it just kills Void Rays or whatever. Well, actually it gets killed by Void Rays, my bad. And the Swarm Host has been changed as well. The Swarm Host has been shifted from a siege tool to a mobile harass tool, because now you can spawn locusts like without being burrowed. It must be activated manually and has a longer cooldown. The locusts are way stronger, and they can fly if you get enough roll. And they don't like attack in the air though. Like they fly, and then so that way you can swoop down and surround certain like specific things, so they don't have to worry about the army blocking shit in their way. Like if there's stuff in the back of the army, like juicy targets they want to get, they fly over, swoop down, and go nom nom nom, and they kill it. And that's interesting, but I don't know. I never really liked the Swarm Host, so hopefully that'll make it better. Like, it'll just make it better to watch. They're okay, but they're not very fun to watch. They make games slow and whatever. And the Nidus Worm has changed. They made it so you can't take damage until it's finished unburrowing. And I mean, that's pretty cool. That means maybe Nidus Swarms will actually be used. They've tried like continually over the course of this game to make a Nidus Swarm actually like effective. I don't think they've ever done it yet where you can actually plant the Nidus Swarm and get some damage done. I mean, some people have, but
Because it gets taken out too easily.
Yeah,
Like
well, and I don't know. And it's kind of expensive. There's a lot of reasons. It just doesn't seem to work. Maybe it's just a good idea that, and if you make it work, it'll be too broken to be good. You know, like
Yeah.
if you could just. I'm not really sure. I guess
I'm not a game designer, balancer.
should be.
Should be.
He should have polymorphed his gadgets that day.
He should have probably morphed
Yeah, to
his own.
see if you would have draw a card.
That's interesting.
I would have. Just kidding. I mean, he's losing anyways. You might as well learn. So, to the Protoss, to the Ire. Oh, come on. Okay.
There it is.
That's been super depressing. So the Protoss changes. So, they have the warping mechanic has been changed to some extent. Units that are warping in take 200% damage.
Now, what's the
Like-
point of this?
So, like, I assume it's so you can't reinforce as easily, or you have to do it, like, behind things. Because most of the time, people warped in aggressively, or even when you're defending something, they'd warp in, like, right where the attack is happening. And I saw that happening in the showcase matches or whatever with the...
Which is
the
obviously
pros.
a mistake now.
Yeah, which I thought was like, well, they should... Because the units were attacking them, and they'd warp in right next to them. So maybe they should have warped in away, and they wouldn't have lost them all right away. But
Yeah.
I don't really get why they've done it.
Just
I
to
never
slow
really
them
heard
down a little
about
bit.
anybody complaining about like Protoss warping being too good or anything. I don't really know.
Well played.
I'm not really sure. I just didn't get that, but whatever. I mean, if it works, it works. It's probably beyond me. The new unit is the Disruptor. The Disruptor. Now this is a cool one that everybody was super jacked about. It's really expensive. I can't remember the exact cost, but it's something like 300, 400, 300 minerals, 400 gas or something. And it's a light mechanical unit. It comes from the Robo Bay, and I think you need the
Jane versus Gul'dan.
the whatever the other one is.
Some tech
The
upgrades.
expansion, the Robo Bay, and then whatever lets you get Colossus. The Robo Bay. Yeah, the Robo Bay, whatever. Anyways, so it deals like a burst of AoE, kind of like a giant Baneling that doesn't kill itself when it deals its damage, so that's pretty sick. So like you activate it, and it takes a while to activate, or before it goes off too. So you kind of have to activate it and then anticipate where you're gonna be when you get there. So you want to be in like the heat of all the units, so you can deal the biggest,
Yeah.
amount of damage. And it looked pretty cool. I mean, they didn't get to showcase it too hard, so I didn't get, like I said, I only got to see what was there. And I obviously don't have the beta, so. And the existing unit, the Warp Prism, that was a sick change. They made it so you can pick up from a greater range. Like, you don't have to be directly by them. You could pick them up from quite far away, and that's pretty cool. So, Warp Prism is essentially like the medevac. I mean,
Okay.
if you don't know, it's just for Protoss, but it doesn't heal. But you can also warp in units from the Warp Prism. But when you pick them up, they could be, I think it was a range of, I don't even know, it doesn't say. But I think it was, I would guess like 4 or something. So it's substantial distance you can grab units from. And the Immortal was changed. It doesn't have hardened shields anymore, and it has an activated ability called Barrier, which grants it a 200 hit point shield. Which, I mean, the pros analyzed it as having like a buff against weak stuff and nerf against really strong stuff. So it's more of a support unit instead of just being like a good unit. Because before, like, they were just like, they could do their own job, like, but they're supposed to be kind of just a support unit. The Oracle has had the Revelation removed and merged with Envision, so it can target. It's that any targets tagged are now revealed for 60 seconds. And the Oracle has also been granted a new ability called Stasis Ward, and this was kind of like what they first had in Heart of the Swarm, where you could like lock drones. I mean, it's not. This isn't set for just drones though, like, or workers. But you can lock units in place, and it holds them there for 30 seconds. They have to sit there and they can't do anything. But in that time frame, you can attack them and deal damage to them.
That sounds useful still, though.
But yeah, you can stop people from. That's pretty good. Be able to stall people or anything. Or if you have like medevacs and somebody coming to harass you, you could freeze their units, wait until you have stuff running, kill it all. But even for worker harass, it's pretty good. 30 seconds of a worker line not mining is a lot of money lost.
Especially when you start with 12.
Right. The Tempest, so fast. And it only attacks ground now.
How fast is
And it
it?
has an ability called Disintegration. And this is pretty cool. Disintegrate can cast units. It can be cast on units or structures from a short distance and deals 500 damage over 50 seconds, which is slow, but 500 damage is quite a lot. So if you're playing and you can harass around with these and zip in and out, you can kill like a barracks, or I mean, you can kill a command center in like 3 uses of it by coming in and out every once in a while, or you can pick off siege tanks here and there, retreat, wait for a while, while you let your stuff happen. And the carriers are different, a lot different too. They have a release interceptor mode, and they can permanently launch their interceptors at a great distance, and after 60 seconds, the interceptors will perish. You can't target the interceptors as an opposing person. Like, you can't kill them either. Like, they just have to time out. So if they launch them in an area, and they don't get to control where they go after that. Like, they fly out, and they attack an area, and then
you run away.
Yeah, you get out of there, because if you don't, they're just going to keep killing you, and you can't do anything about it. I'm pretty sure that's all the Protoss changes as well. So we talked about the Archon mode, and they did announce they're going to have automated tournaments as well. It would be like through the ladder, I presume. There would be weekly tournaments featuring weekly and daily tournaments. And anyone can enter them, and they have them, I assume, in each bracket or like bronze, silver, gold, as corresponding tier.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
But to summarize, I think this is going to be insane. It would be really cool. It would be a lot different. And I just wonder how much it's going to cost. That's one of the only things that I really wasn't sure about. Because, I mean, if it's a standalone, is it going to be $60? Because I feel kind of like slighted to have to pay $60 for an expansion. Because it's going to run on the same engine.
Yeah.
Or is it just going to be a normal cost?
I mean, it's still just an update. What they're working on. $60.
I would imagine it's going to be the normal. Dude, you're not going to trade?
I'm thinking about not doing it in order to maybe convince him to attack my face. And
Why?
then play the Molten Giant Machine.
Yeah, but then you have no life left.
Then I'll trade.
But you won't be able to kill all that stuff and not die next turn.
Well, I got a Flame Strike.
Yeah, but that won't kill everything because the Harvest Golem respawn. That's 9-10 damage. And then you'll...
Well, I can still trade
Do
next
it.
turn if he
Do
attacks
it.
my face. We're playing risky as shit.
How many losses? How many wins are we at?
Just one
One.
right now.
It's not bad.
Maybe I should go. Do that. What's the worst that could happen? We don't get you all the information.
But this looks cool. I'm excited. I don't know. You haven't played much StarCraft, but this will be fun for you, I think, for the first.
Oh, I'll play
game.
more.
Like, it'd be a good way to jump in, I suppose. But playing the old campaign, if you play these, you're gonna be screwed. Yeah.
Look at all these things.
You made the worst choice in your life.
Oh no, that's great. Well, didn't get me down as much as I
You
wanted.
could ice block and play it. Because you have no real other chance. Yeah. And then you'll have to kill that, and then he'll kill it with all the stuff. Then maybe you'll be in an okay place.
Wow, you're smart. You're so smart. You're so smart.
I don't have much confidence in you though right now.
Alright,
Not
so
in your
moving
play,
on.
Not in your play, but in this board. I feel bad for you.
It's okay.
You're in a great deficit.
I totally got myself into this situation. Oh, he's doing it.
Greed over need.
He's shooting my face. He's shooting my face with acid groups.
That's cool. Now only if you had enough damage to just kill him next turn. You have 15 damage or something. Well, I mean, what would you'd only need a fireball. You couldn't.
Not good, not good.
I don't have
Oh, that's good of him to do that for you.
it. Yeah. Thanks, man.
So you can flame strike and clear most of the things and still lose. Cool.
Probably.
Flame strike, kill that, fireball that, and then you're gonna, yeah.
Yep. That's one more life.
Good thing you got that.
Wait, what?
Okay. So onto the and they have the WCS Grand Finals. Life won. Beat MMA. He beat Tasia. Also beat Sand, which is less impressive in my opinion, but still a feat, I suppose. And he beat Zest, who's arguably the best player of 2014. So that's cool. Congratulations to him. Then we can move on, I suppose, to Heroes of the Storm. they announced the beta starting for Heroes of the Storm. They announced some new character modes. They announced some new maps. And now I am less informed about Heroes of the Storm in general. But I am excited about it because I like MOBAs, but I hate to say I don't like their complexity, but I don't have time for their complexity.
Yeah.
So I just don't
Like,
have time.
I don't understand. Like, as a gamer, like, how you can only play one game. Like, I'm not saying that mobile players only play, like, League of Legends or something, but what? How do you not, like, playing, like, the Marios and the... I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to commit to one thing, but it's a social experience, I suppose.
That's true.
This is a lot more casual, from my understanding, and it looks like a lot more simple, but it's a lot different as well because,
You
like,
asked for it.
if you're new to Heroes of the Storm, there's different game modes that aren't, like, traditional to it. Like, it's not just kill the other person's Ancient Watcher or whatever they're called in Alba and Dota or League. You, like, have to complete objectives and mini-quests throughout the game and get different things and buffs, and it gives you different shit. I mean, it's
So
just...
you're saying it's less involved in terms of gameplay and more involved in terms of, like, game state? And, like,
Yeah.
Okay.
My greetings.
Okay. So, what else have we got in the Heroes of the Storm?
Honestly, like...
The new hero... Oh, sorry. Can you go back to that? The new hero is Jaina Proudmoore. One of the new heroes announced. Probably quite a few.
That's this person!
Yeah.
Hello!
That's us.
Hello!
Hello.
Mind if I roll knee?
I think that might be the only character they announced.
Jaina Proudmoore!
Oh, and Thrall, I think.
Oh, dude, I just got sick play!
Get sick. Get sick.
This is
Macro.
my favorite thing to do!
Love my
In Hearthstone.
Okay.
Sorry. That's my favorite combo.
And then, yeah, they announced Thrall, they announced Jaina, they announced... Oh, and I saw the Vikings, Lost Vikings, but I don't understand. Is that, like, you could... The Lost Vikings looks like you played all three of them almost.
Yeah, that seems to be it. I mean, that could be an interesting character. It's like playing, like... I don't know. Why? It's like playing... What are we doing? What? Stealth. I wasn't looking at this game. I don't know what's happening anymore. That's okay, though. Anyway. Sorry, what I was gonna say. It's like playing Ice Climbers in Super Smash Brothers or something like that. Or like playing Pikmin or Captain Olimar. You know what I mean?
So I don't know if you actually individually move or if they move in a pack, kind of, you know? Or what?
I think it'll be in a pack.
I would imagine as well.
What'd you say?
It's time for a
3-5.
3-2, I mean. That's what I meant. Good play. So beyond the classes, they announced that the closed beta begins January 13th, which is cool. I mean, right now they've been doing the friends and family alpha or beta, whichever you want to call it, and like journalists invited, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I want to be one of those people.
But they're going to have the real people do it, and yeah, we're hoping to get in on that so we can actually be one with that community, understand it, and maybe bring some content out on it.
Oh yeah. That's all that we want, is to bring you the content.
Yeah, as much as we possibly can, all the content. If you're ill-informed, we are as well, and we want to change that. And they announced a new map for it. I mean, we'll post links to all this stuff in the
Description.
yeah. It's called Sky Temple.
That was cool.
Art's cool. There's probably
Yeah, I've always liked
Tomb-
Warcraft art.
Tomb of the Spider Queen. Oh, a Diablo themed one. What do you think this one must be themed of? Just, I don't know. Diablo themed battleground.
That's cool. It's got a Hell and Heaven theme.
Wow, that's cool. That looks sick. This looks like Asmodon Siege and yeah.
Yeah.
I suggest you check these out. We'll probably just post it because I don't know anything about the balance of them or what it means as far as any of that sort of stuff, I suppose. Oops. My part on. Misclicks. abound. But I guess they had the Heroes of the Storm exhibition match tournament. I think it was the first tournament for Heroes of the Storm. And Cloud9 won. They took out Team Liquid in the first round. Took out Evil Geniuses in the finals. Well, I guess they only had the semifinals and the finals there, but I don't know what the rest of the tournament who all participated in. Congratulations to them. Evil Geniuses took out Fnatic in the first round. Don't know if this format's fair. It'll be best of 3, best of 5. Don't know anything about
If the Evil Geniuses lose, then we all win.
Cloud9's good at games though. I think they win like Dota and stuff as well. I don't know if EG, how they do in those departments. Or Fnatic. But I've heard that Cloud9's pretty good at video games.
Good for them.
So congratulations, nerds. More nerds, better nerds. It's always a good thing to have more nerds. So, Hearthstone.
On to more relevant.
Yeah.
Both of those things. Content. Hearthstone.
So they announced their first expansion.
And like 80 million new cards, by which I mean 120.
Goblins versus Gnomes. Which is weird because I don't get what the difference is between this and Naxxramas.
Oh, I thought you were
Naxxramas
going to
is
ask
an
about the
expansion.
difference between goblins and gnomes, and I was going to give you like books
No.
of information.
Don't be silly.
Okay, so Naxxramas, not an expansion apparently. This is.
Yeah. So I'm assuming there's actually no PvE in this. They haven't said anything about it. So since they didn't mention it on the file, I'm assuming they don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Which means it's probably just not in there. I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess since you don't have to pay for it presumably then, it's just going to be the card packs that you buy or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have it's mech theme mostly, and it looks really interesting. It looks like way more RNG based and funny.
Mm-hmm. Lots of sweet voice acting, probably.
Yeah, I can't
Lots
wait
of
to hear all the voices.
and stuff like that.
But there's a card list that we can post in the description as well, and there's a lot of cards and there's a lot of changes. I mean,
A lot of game-changing stuff.
it's just weird, man. Like for instance, some of these are there was a 3-cost weapon. It's a 4/2, and it has a 50% chance to attack the wrong enemy. Like what the? Why would you do what? Like is that good or not? I don't have a clue. Why would you
I mean,
want
it's
that?
good if you have board control, obviously, because then you're attacking the
Yeah.
enemy you want to anyway.
Like the Matter Bomber, a 5/4 that deals 6 damage randomly split amongst characters. 6 damage directly to your own face. How sad would you
That's
be?
gonna happen to some people.
Exactly.
Like with all the games that take place. What's 6 to the power 2? Oh,
Like
2 to
this
the power 6.
Piloted Sky Golem. 6/4 for 6 mana, and he summons a 4-cost minion for his death rattle. Like, this game has a lot of more randomness to it, and it looks absolutely fun.
Do you
and
think this
hilarious.
is gonna cause like a split in like community-wise? Like, there's gonna be a lot of people using all this RNG stuff, and then people playing safe.
Don't know how you can prevent RNG though. How can you play control against something?
No, I don't mean like playing safe against RNG. I mean playing like the base, like not RNG cards. Because now that there's so many more RNG
Yeah,
cards.
maybe like Control Paladin will be really good again, like really good, and like Control Warrior
Because,
will be
yeah.
really good. Because no matter what happens, a Control Paladin can deal
Clear
pretty
the board,
much.
yeah,
Like
and heal himself.
as far as the meta, I have no idea what's gonna happen though. This looks like it's just gonna be craziness for like a while.
Yeah.
Even like because there's just so much.
Throw balance out the window.
Like, you know how sometimes when you play in a ring and you just get this guy that's got the weirdest friggin' deck, and if you played him again, you just crush him. But he kicked your butt.
Because you didn't know what was going to
And
happen.
it was the weirdest shit, and you just had no way to predict it. That's gonna happen every day, all the time.
For like a year.
Yeah.
Until they come up with the next expansion.
I imagine it's gonna take a long time to figure out.
And then it's going to be like, silence, 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 everything, because we can't handle all the randomness.
I mean, they do all have battle cries. There's that card that makes battle cries like that,
Cost
right?
2 more.
Yeah. And in
1
general,
for creature for 2. This person. Oh, you're going to attack. You must have went and ate a banana or something. While you were taking your turn.
such a value. Well, you can play both cards. Oh, you don't want to play the arcane missile now.
I kind of do.
Oh, no.
What?
Not what if you killed it before you faceless it. And you're
I
only
would
going to
duplicate.
faceless it with... Oh, okay. My bad. I forgot. Congratulations. This game might be the
might be-
best
no,
Molten Giant game we have.
Yeah. Molten Giants! They're so
First
big.
Molten Giant game.
They're
victory.
so big.
Duplicated giant and faceless manipulated. Now we just need Ice Block too. So you can have 1 health and play 7 Molten Giants.
And then victory!
Okay, sorry.
Welcome.
Is he doing that? So he's gonna clear it right away.
Oh yeah. Get out of here. Acolyte. I don't like you. So I'm excited though. Hearthstone cards? I always want more Hearthstone
Oh
cards.
yeah. Diversity. And
I
value.
I need more diversity in my
And he's
Hearthstone.
hitting me. Do you think he'd be a little like reluctant to do that?
Maybe he's not gonna hit me.
Cause like, I mean, it's
Oh,
like 3
okay.
damage. It
Okay.
doesn't put you. I guess maybe you can't. He's, you know, like he still knows you can't play both.
Yeah. But I can do this.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, you should. Oh yeah, whatever. My bad. Okay. Yeah, they have a trailer for this as well. I mean, this obviously doesn't reveal a whole lot. It's just like, look at who it is! The goblins versus gnomes! And stuff like that.
What I'm really missing out here. I mean, obviously they haven't revealed all the cards yet, but I need some sweet like Goblin Dragon cards.
God
Godrakes.
That's a weird thought. I don't even know what that means.
Oh, this is bad.
That's okay.
This is
Those died. Don't
exactly
bad.
bad.
Oh,
This is exact. Look, you played the combo.
oh,
Good work.
congratulations.
I can't. No, please let me tell him that he was good. You're better than me. Let's get this stuff.
That is a very,
Very sad.
arena.
You know why?
Why?
Because I didn't get to play all them Harvest Golems.
I saw every skill on almost every time I looked over.
That's true, but I wanted 4 in play at the same time.
Well, I suppose we can open this and maybe we'll take a break and then we can finish talking about Hearthstone. Then Overwatch.
Overwatch, the most exciting thing ever.
Probably.
In the near future, in my opinion, yeah. Just besides Battleborn, maybe. But
Well-
even that, I don't know.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll take a quick break and we'll fill in the rest of our deeds.
That's my name.
Fill it in.
We'll be back in the arena next time.
Bye-bye. And we're back.
To the Overwatch commentary and more.
Ooh, no,
arena.
no, no.
What?
Spectator mode, mate. You didn't talk about that yet.
Spectator mode for
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Yeah.
No,
Now
I
you
don't-
can,
Yeah.
you can spectate
You can watch
anybody in your friends list
because
And they
that's what we do anyway.
yeah, and then you can watch them and you can watch what cards they have, their opponents, and then they can kick you out and stuff. Maybe you can't watch their opponents. I didn't see that part yet. I guess you probably couldn't.
That'd be kind of like cheating, probably.
Yeah. But I assume that'd be really cool. I wish I would prefer replay over the spectator mode. Spectator mode will be interesting.
Yeah, and
It'll be nice for tournaments and such, though.
Yeah, and also if it were replay mode, then it'd be impossible for cheating to take place, and you could see both perspectives.
Yeah. Word.
So
Well, it wouldn't be impossible for botting, I suppose. I'm
Use
just
all of
kidding.
its evil.
It's a good hand, except for this.
Well,
I'm
I
playing a
just-
shaman.
we were talking about this before, but I really, really want there to be chat. I want people to be able to talk about the game they're watching.
Yeah. Hopefully there will be an observer chat. Don't know.
I mean, obviously I wouldn't
I mean,
want it to affect
if you,
the
you
game.
could probably just talk to other people anyways, like in the chat, because they're probably going to be your friends if you're watching one of your friends, you know.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know, though.
Good point.
I'm not sure. But either way, that's boring, because then you can't all talk together. You have to talk independently of each other.
Yeah, it should be group chat.
Ooh, value.
Is
Do
that
I
value?
save it? Don't know, you're right. Made me question myself. Coin,
Acolyte paint.
Coin,
You
acolyte.
got
Do
no.
I clear this?
What are you gonna do turn 3 then? Because there's nothing
Earth
to heal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If I want. And maybe I'll have to take more damage. Or my acolyte.
You could Mortal Coil your Acolyte,
Word.
and then it's the same.
But that's the
except
same,
you lose
except
the
I don't
health
kill
on
anything.
your Acolyte.
Yeah. It's not as good.
I was just joking. So now, on to Overwatch.
Well, aside.
I'm pretty excited. So, TF2 is one of my favorite games, and now they're making TF3, except it's from Blizzard instead of Valve. So I'm okay with that though, because it looks great. And there are 12 classes, which is 3 more than TF2.
Exactly.
So I'm fine with that.
That's a lot of classes. I haven't played much TF2. I've played a bit and it's fun.
Yeah. So
This man's the master of TF2.
I am not the master of
The master.
TF2. I am the current master in this
master.
room of people that we're currently in of TF2. But so if you don't know, Overwatch is a 6v6 multiplayer game, team-based, class-based shooter, first-person shooter made by Blizzard, obviously, because this is the Blizzcon Podcast. And you play as 12 different classes that
One of 12.
You play, yeah, sorry.
You
play
can
as,
play 12.
You can play 12, but you play them individually, which compensate like 4 basic roles, which are offense, defense, support, and tank. There are only 2 tanks and 4 offensive classes, so that suggests that they're, you know, playing towards more of the aggressive, like, run around, not camping, first-person shooter style of game. Also, it appears to offer similar game types as TF2, such as payload and capture point situations, which is fun enough. But what's most exciting is the characters, because they all have their own backstories and very specific
abilities.
play types. Yes.
It's not just, well, I mean, TF2 they have abilities in a sense, but not the same.
Yes. Like, they go so far as to have, like, activated abilities in Overwatch. So we're going to go through a
Very
quick
cool.
overview of each character, starting off with the Scout, otherwise known as the Tracer, which actually seems like a cooler Scout. I mean, in comparison to TF2, the only difference between these characters that I find that I don't approve of is the weapon choice, which is dual wielding, like automatic pistols. I prefer the idea of the quick, like, shotgun, like, in and out damage that you get with the Scout. But
This might be similar, just in a different weapon design.
potentially, but I'm talking about, like, the burst damage of a shotgun versus the burst and the spread of the shotgun versus the automatic pistol. Like, anyway, it could be more useful. Moving on. So they wield what they call pulse pistols, which are rapid fire pistols, medium range weapons, and having a blink ability, which recharges over time, and you can activate it up to 3 times in a row with the maximum storage of 3 charges, allowing you to charge forward onto the battlefield. Now, in my opinion, the coolest ability of the Tracer, the recall, which allows you to reverse time. I'm not sure, I'm assuming this only applies to your character alone, as that's what it seemed from the trailer. But it allows you to reverse time, moving you back, like your positioning inside of the map, like where you were.
Yeah, I did see that.
It also gives you back your health at the point at which you're reverting to, and your ammo, which is very interesting. So you can use it as a heal,
Interesting.
get yourself out of a sticky situation. And their super ability, or they call it ultimate ability, sorry, is the Pulse Bomb, which is a large bomb that it's a sticky bomb and has a time delay. So I'm assuming the idea is that you rush in with your blink, you put your pulse bomb down, you plant it on someone, and you recall back out of there so the explosion doesn't hit you, which is a cool concept. I'm looking forward to trying it out. And on to character number 2, the Reaper, another offensive class, dual-wielding shotguns. So maybe this is where you'll get that, like, spread shotgun damage I'm talking about for as far as, like, an offensive scout type character. But yeah, so
Is he sneaky?
is he sneaky?
Shadow step.
He is not necessarily the most sneaky. He looks more like the Trigun, like guns blazing going there, like. But yeah, dual wielding what they call Hellfire shotguns, and with his first ability called Wraith Form. Now this allows you to temporarily become invulnerable to damage, but you cannot deal damage while it is active. And the second ability is Shadow Step. You like declare a target destination, and then it's Shadow Step. If you watched Bleach, it's what that does. No, it's a short range teleport. Is basically what it is. And the final ability is called, or it's referred to it as its actual name. The ultimate ability is the Death Blossom. Now you may have seen this in the trailer as well. This is where you go into a third-person perspective, and the Reaper begins to spin around, firing in a blur with his shotguns in every direction. Good AOE effect. Very interesting. Cool looking too. Looks a lot like Death from the Darksider series.
Yeah. No, you say that. His face and stuff.
Yeah. Third character, the Widowmaker, also known as the Sniper, a defensive class. And so yeah, if you like snipers,
She sounds like all of her like vocal assets or whatever are like from like StarCraft or something.
Yeah.
She was like
she's like the
one
android.
shot, one kill. Like those are exact words from StarCraft characters.
Oh yeah.
But that might change.
Good reference, maybe. I don't know.
But I haven't. There's supposed to be some Easter eggs apparently throughout it. I haven't seen.
Oh, I'm sure. I wonder if this will get linked into like
Whoa.
the Warcraft
What am I
universe
doing?
at all, or the Blizzard universe.
What am I doing?
You are.
I almost lost
you're
the
going
game
for the
because
kill,
I
man.
Look at my stuff.
Don't forget we're playing Hearthstone over here. Okay, so anyway, back on to the Widowmaker, an android-type character, sniper, whose main weapon, the Widow's Kiss, has the sniper effect, but can also be transformed into a mid-range assault rifle-type weapon.
Ooh, dangerous.
Dangerous. Not at close range, though. But first ability, the grappling hook, similar to the Reaper's teleporting shadow step ability, allows you to get, where you need to go quicker. Simple enough. Third ability, which I think is cool personally from like a sniper standpoint, is called the Venom Mine. It's a motion, well, I don't know if that's like, it's a detective, like motion activated mine. So it's essentially like, you're sniping, you're vulnerable, you place it behind you to cover your back, which is always very useful. Similar things are done in like Call of Duty with the mortars, or not mortars, claymores, yeah.
Claymortars.
So the ultimate ability is infrared sight. Now, I think this is cool because this happens with a lot of abilities in this game where it allows you to see heat signatures of your targets, obviously infrared sight, but it also gives it to your team, which is cool. Anything that you share with your team is amazing in a 6-person.
I like that
game.
one, girlfriend.
Now, Winston
Look at
is
his
an
ape.
ape.
What do you think he's from?
mechanized
Planet
ape.
of the Apes?
Maybe, but he doesn't seem, he's working with humans though, so I don't think that's it. Maybe. Winston though is the first tank class, one of the 2 tank classes in the games. Main weapon is a Tesla cannon with short-range electric barrage, and first ability is a jump pack, allowing you to do larger jumps, which makes you very monkey-like, as he is, which is good. Like he literally is a monkey, or gorilla. I should say gorilla. He's a mechanized gorilla. Third ability is the more tankish ability, the shield projector, which allows you to create a more orbital shield that's large enough to protect you and your teammates, which is cool. And the primal rage is the ultimate ability. Now this sends you into more of a fury, offering you like melee attacks, and you can use your jump pack ability more frequently. So scary stuff.
Neat.
Scary
That's
stuff.
pretty neat.
I did read in an article that he was the least interesting of all the characters, but I mean,
Only someone's opinion.
yeah. Well, we'll see about that. He is, after all, a monkey, and monkey is fun.
He's Mukla.
So, Pharaoh or Farah, I'm not sure. The soldier of the game. The name is Farah. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it.
Pardon me.
Oh, bless you. The third offensive character of the game. Main weapon is the rocket launcher. We'll see if this is similar to like rocket launchers from Quake or TF2 where you can rocket jump or not, but probably not considering your secondary or first ability is jump jet. See, this is like, look at all the mobility that's going on in this game. People are going to be flying around everywhere.
Mobility.
That's cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot. Let's see.
So, basically, you're going to be jumping around with your jump pack, raining down rockets below on people. Now, their second ability, I think is really cool. It's a concussive blast. It's a wrist rocket, which is a thing, apparently.
Wrist rocket.
You launch the rocket from your wrist, but it more specifically deals damage to shields and barriers than other people. So diversifying itself from your base rocket launcher. The third ability is, oh gosh, the ultimate ability is a barrage effect, which you do preferably in the air, and you launch a salvo of mini rockets down on your opponents in a small area. So that's neato. I'm sure it'll be a good like base all-around class to be playing now. Yes, neato burrito. Now for the secondary tank class, we have Reinhardt, which I have heard is German. But
Or what?
no, just the character himself is supposed to be German. 61 years old, I'm making over this character in this game. They all have ages and like background stories, so that's good to look at. But he is a melee-only character, it seems, and his weapon being a rocket hammer, which is cool because having a rocket on your hammer is cooler than just having a hammer. Pounding some, space nails with your rocket hammer. And his primary ability is a shield. Now this is a forward-facing shield, not like the orb shield found with Winston. But it looks like it might be better for pushing forward with your teammates. And, it projects a pretty wide shield in front of them. But it does look like, from opponent's perspective, that there might be like a weak spot in the center of the shield. Like from what I've seen on the trailers, there's like a point in the middle where the shield is deployed from that you still might be able to target to destroy the shield possibly. I'm not sure if exactly that's what's happening, but each time the shield was deployed from the opponent's perspective, that seemed to be where they were targeting. So, second ability is a charge attack, which I think it sounds cool because as you're charging, I'm sorry, you've seen a very,
No, that's okay.
like you're having a hard time.
Lens the
But,
You live your life.
okay,
It's
so
so sad to have to so fire.
So Reinhardt, charging ability allows you to pick up opponents as you're charging, and then you'll charge like into the nearest wall, smashing them into the wall, dealing considerable damage. Now that's neat. Oh,
Neato burrito.
yeah. Third ability. Now this is interesting because some of the characters have more abilities than others. I'm considering since this is more of a melee character, they give them more options since they don't have the range with other ones. Is the Fire Strike. Now this is an attack that you can launch at range actually, so it gives you some options in terms of like range combat. But the exact description is by whipping the rock hammer forward, Reinhardt sends a fiery projectile which pierces and damages any enemies it touches. So that's neat. And the ultimate ability is called Earth Shatter, which
Earth
is
Shatter.
yes, it's an earthquake effect that deals like an arc of damage in front of you and knocking down all of
That sounds amazing.
yeah, because disabling your opponents is great, especially when you're a melee character. Allows you to get on top of them and confuse them. Now, maybe my favorite character so far, just from watching trailers, is Symmetra. Now, she is the first support role we're going to be talking about. And she basically seems like a Portal-esque character, but just in like design style. But her main weapon is the Photon Projector, which is a short-range beam that homes on nearby enemies. Now, the longer you're homed onto them, the more damage it will deal over time. It can also release a charged ball that deals high energy damage. And now her first ability is the Sentry Turret. Now these are very small, like mobile turrets that, I don't know, they're probably easily destroyed, but since they're so small, they're probably easy to look over as well. And fires speed reducing blast. Now, so you'll be slowing down your opponent, possibly, like if you're, say you got your charge beam on, it's dealing more damage over time. Maybe you could place one of these down to slow their escape to get that higher end damage from the prolonged effect of your Photon Projector. Who knows? Third ability, Photon Shield, sorry. Proton. Yeah, Photon's very different from protons. That's all. But yeah, this is an effect that you use on your ally. On what?
We don't have any math.
versus Rexa.
Photons. Yeah.
Sorry, continue. That is the most relevant thing ever.
No, that was the most relevant. Because if light had mass, think of how crushed we'd be right now. Anyway.
Good point.
But yeah, it says Symmetra surrounds an ally with a hard light target or hard light shield that absorbs damage and persists as long as that ally remains alive. Now that seems really good. Because if you like cast that on as like a tank, you would think they'd be surviving for a while. And it doesn't say it requires you to be alive either. So that could persist for a very long time. Now,
Pretty sick.
Yes. Her ultimate ability is the teleporter effect, which obviously is like the engineer in TF2, but simpler in this game, and maybe in a good way, especially via her ultimate ability, because you don't have to place an entrance teleporter. Like, as soon as you place it, it links to like the spawn point for your team on the map, and allows for instant travel between the two portals, which there's no wait time like there is in TF2, making it seem very powerful, as it is her ultimate ability. Moving on to the next class. Now, how do you...
Torbjorn.
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 He is the dwarf.
The dwarf.
And the
I
first,
am the dwarf.
and the first defense class that we're talking about, I believe. Now, he is age 57, a close contender against Reinhardt. I don't know why I'm mentioning that, but in terms of age. So, anyway.
Experience, man.
Yeah, experience is skill. So, main weapon, rivet gun, fires molten projectiles. Because the whole, I like the idea behind this character, because like the concept is, if you look at his character, he's like glowing with like lava or molten stuff. The idea is that he has a forge like connected to his body that he uses for producing like materials and whatnot. But yeah, it's a short range. The rivet gun is short range like burst weapon. And then he has the forge hammer, which can be used for melee attacks, but is primarily probably going to be used for building, upgrading, and repairing turrets.
Oh yeah.
Again, like the engineer. See, now this, we discussed this briefly before, but the turret. Okay. Now I could talk about the turret. But
Or I could talk about the turret.
Or I am going to talk about the turret. See, that's the thing. It's exactly like, I kind of wish it was different from the turret. I mean, obviously it looks different, but like the building idea behind it is exactly the same as TF. You start with, oh, I'm sorry about that. But you start with, you know, your single cannon turret, and you upgrade it, you get 2 cannons. You upgrade it again, you get a rocket launcher. So that's a little disappointing to me. I hope there's more turret options in the future for like different effects types. You know, is that all there is? Like, why not like fires like molten lava or something like that, and then like it would target enemies, but it would like create an area effect damage in the floor, so possibly creating a defensive barrier that they'd have to walk over or then jump over or whatever. I don't know.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta be telling me to say.
Yeah, just gotta tell me about that, Stu. So, he also, now this I find more interesting. He has a third ability to lay down an armor pack, which can be picked up by you or your teammates, and possibly enemies, who knows. But this allows you to absorb more damage, giving you temporary armor.
Hey, give me that!
And his ultimate ability is called Molten Core. Now this basically enhances everything to what it does. It gives you a significant amount of armor and scraps to be using to build and upgrade turrets. It also greatly increases the rate in which you use these things.
Word.
Moving on to Bastion, the second defense character. Now this Bastion is a robot, obviously, because robots have classy names. Now he is a 30-year-old robot. That surprises me. You think that'd make him a little out of date, might want a new one, but this game is about a bunch of characters that recently belonged to an Overwatch program, and now this is what they're doing in their retirement. So it makes sense that they would be somewhat older. Anyway, sorry. Now, Bastion has what they call configurations. Now, basically he has different jobs depending on what configuration he's in. And his base configuration is called Assault. This is basically your typical like soldier class gun, automatic weapon, running around, fire steady bursts of bullets at medium range. But then you can reconfigure yourself into siege mode, which turns your entire body into a high-powered defense turret. And we're talking like minigun turret. We're not talking like the same type of turret. It's Dropthorn or the defensive bluff man. And this is a man turret essentially, so it's not automated. This is you, and it also equips a shield in front of you, so it seems like it would be very hard to take down.
I'm putting a clock on myself. Sorry. Keep going.
It's okay. But yeah. And then it allows you to reconfigure between the assault and siege modes. And you also have the ability to self-repair. Now, while they're repairing yourself, you cannot be... well, you can be damaged. You cannot deal damage. So, I don't know. This character to me right now seems kind of boring, just because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like there's a lot there. I mean, they got the basic assault rifle, and then you got the turret mode. We'll see how fun the turret mode is. Maybe it'll be interesting. I mean, I'm sure the character will be good. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there's much teamwork there, other than defending like an objective or something like that. Okay, now his ultimate ability is a remote-controlled mine. I'm curious how vulnerable this will make you. Like, it'd be cool if you, like, while controlling the mine, you would go into, like, siege configuration and automatically fire while you run around as this little explosive mine or whatever. But yeah, so you control it, you drive it around, you blow people up. You know how a remote mine is.
Yep.
Hanzo is the 4th offensive class. Pretty sure. I don't have this written down. I'm trying to keep track in my mind. But he is the archer, which is cool. Games always need an archer because shooting arrows is way cooler than shooting bullets.
Word.
So yeah. Base attack, shooting arrows, you know, you pull him back, you let him go. That's how it works. Second ability, Sonic Arrow. Now this is interesting because it allows you to create like basically a detection device against your enemies, and now this allows you to see enemies that you have marked with your Sonic Arrow, and your allies do as well. His second activated ability is a Scatter Arrow effect. Now this shoots a burst of arrows that also are they're also going to reflect off the surfaces, which would be good for targeting people behind shields, which there are quite a few of in this game. Now his ultimate ability may be the coolest. Not sure, but he shoots basically a dragon arrow, and it's just two like Chinese dragons that swarm around each other. It's pretty awesome. It's like a spirit drake. So yeah, definitely gonna be checking him out. Shooting dragons at people. Now Mercy is an angel. She's another support class, base healer for the game, it seems. Now there are a few different healing effects in the game, but she seems one that's solely focused on doing so. She has what's called a caduceus staff.
Caduceus.
Which, you know, you can engage one of two. You can engage one of two beams that connect to an ally, and by maintaining beams, you either heal or you can boost their damage, which I think is cool. And that it gives you the option to do that.
Word.
Yes, word up. And she also has the caduceus blaster. Caduceus? I don't know.
Abracadabra.
Which is, you know, your pistol weapon. It's not something you're going to want to be using very often. This is what you're going to be doing if you're fleeing from opponents or there's no allies nearby. The Guardian Angel is the first ability.
Wow.
Now this allows you increased movement ability when moving towards allies only. So that's cool. You're going to be very linked to allies when playing this class.
This looked like a healer or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about.
The medic.
The medic, yes. With her meta beams and crossing the beams. And the beams do lock on like they do in TF2, so it will be easy targeting. You're not having to be worried about keeping your sights on your allies at all times while you're doing stuff, which is important because you want to be able to watch your back and your allies back at the same time. So, Brandon, how's your arena going?
Good. Mostly.
And
Carry on.
she also has what's called angelic descent, which allows her to glide essentially for increased movement and jumping.
Increased. No way.
Yeah, it's just,
Decreased.
it's pretty simple. You got wings, you glide, you fall with style. And her ultimate ability is actually the ability to resurrect allies, which is neat.
That's
very burrito. Very burrito of her.
Burrito,
I'm
mate.
curious what the respawn timers are going to be like on this, and exactly how it's going to work.
Yeah, it's like how long can they be dead before you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it depends on the resurrection time.
And do you think like your allies will possibly be waiting? Like, do you think it will give them the option not to respawn and wait to be resurrected instead?
I don't know.
That'd
Well,
be
why
cool.
would you?
Why would you wait?
Why? That would
Because
be the worst.
when you get resurrected where your body was dead, so therefore you'd be back on the front lines right away.
Yeah, but then they wasted the ability.
To get you back in action, I think it'd be worth it. They're gonna want those allies.
No, but if you hit resurrect and they don't do it, then you have wasted your ultimate and have to wait 10 minutes or whatever.
No, I'm saying they would do it. Like, they would get resurrected. Like, I'm saying it should give your team the option not to respawn and wait for the resurrection.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Anyway, it resurrects you to full health. So
I imagine if it's a speed like Dota's, though, then it might be like you respawn can take up to like a minute or two.
That'd be
sometimes.
crazy. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what, like, you know, there maybe different match types might allow for different respawn types. You know, there might be like a survival thing where you only get one life, and then resurrecting would be like the most important thing you could do in the game probably. So we'll see what the game types involved in terms of how good the resurrectability
It's
is.
an expensive owl. Played owl for 5 mana.
So that's a lot. That's an expensive owl. Now the next character is another support class named Zenyatta. Now he is a monster in the last class of the game that we'll be talking about today. Zenyatta is some sort of robot, which is weird. Because you normally don't consider robots having like enlightenment. I don't know. I'd have to read more about it.
Think about it. Robots got all that knowledge. They know everything. Then they're most enlightened. They don't have to be bothered by the trifles of perception and wanting, desire.
Possibly. Who knows though?
Easy peasy life.
So he fights with basically these orbs that you like
We must cleanse
hover
the
around your
Sunwell.
body and you throw them out with your psychic powers towards your enemies. They're called orbs of destruction.
Sure.
And it causes a rapid fire volley for a few seconds. Like, well, you can fire them individually or you can charge it up for a rapid fire volley. And now he has two different main abilities that he can do with these orbs. They're called the Orb of Harmony and the Orb of Discord. The Orb of Harmony, you will link to an ally and it will heal you as long as you are, it will heal them as long as you stay alive. And now the Orb of Discord, you will attach to an opponent, and as the Orb of Discord is connected to them, they will take more damage.
I hate Discord.
Also, you have to stay alive in order for these orbs to keep effect. I'm sorry that you hate Discord so much. You're probably going to get covered in these orbs all the time.
Doomhammer.
Very cool support abilities, though.
For certain.
That guy is Doomhammer in the ring. And
Wow.
he is hammering up. Oh, man.
I can't wait to play my Lord of the Arena against that. I want Harrison Jones.
Lord of the Arena is good. Anyway, so very, very, you know, balanced, good stuff going on here. And final ability, Transcendence, not the movie starring Johnny Depp. Like, it doesn't play the whole movie whenever you activate this.
Word.
That'd be a game winner.
Word.
Because then everybody would have to leave because they don't want to watch the whole movie again. I mean,
I had that ooze.
Yeah, you got it.
Ooh, mind control. I've been waiting. Sorry.
Transcendence, the ultimate ability, and that turns you into like some deity of healing where it heals you and your allies nearby. But while active, you can activate abilities or use your weapons. So Brandon, that's all the characters.
But what about the game types?
What about the game types?
There's only two.
Right now, they're only talking about two, which were payload and point capture,
Which are self-explanatory.
self-explanatory.
Push a thing to a place, stay here and get the thing.
Yep.
I hope they had more game modes.
They gotta. Like, they gotta.
Also, the pay model hasn't been figured out yet. They don't know if they're going to do free to play or pay to play.
Weren't they discussing free to play, though?
He's got to be able to kill me, right? What? What is he? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was like, he has to have lethal, right?
Man, that is some dangerous Doomhammer gameplay.
So, you think they have to do free to play? Is what you were saying?
No, I'm saying
I would prefer the paid for model because I'm assuming you're gonna have to pay for each of the characters, and
that would
stupid.
suck. Yeah,
I
that's
don't want to play
stupid.
that.
You don't think they do it like TF2?
No, I mean that's how League of Legends and Dota and all those.
That's lame.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea.
I'd rather just pay for the game.
If it was like TF2's model, I'd prefer it be free to play, where you'd have to either.
Yeah, but TF2 did have a point where it wasn't free to play.
No, but like their major install base right now is free to play.
Right.
Like they only make money off of accents for characters and
Yeah.
for people who buy the weapons before they take the time to unlock them.
Yeah.
Hats! How many hats will be in Overwatch?
Probably none. They do more skins. Blizzard likes that.
Yeah. If it's gonna be that kind of free to play though, I'd rather just pay like I don't know. I only paid $20 for TF2. So, I don't know if I'd want to pay $60 for this, but I'd still rather do that than have to pay $80 to get all the characters.
Yeah. So do you think this will be better than TF2?
That's a tough question to answer. If the balance holds, I think so. Just because I do like the art style more.
Mm-hmm. Then it's new.
Now, okay, actually, there's one thing that's even more important for me in order for this to be better than TF2, which is the character of the characters.
Oh, how they are?
Yeah, like I find the characters in TF2 so interesting, and I love the interactions like with the game and between each other. Now, TF2 is very comedic, and I laugh often playing the game. I don't know if I'll get the same level of comedy from this game. I don't think I will, but as long as there's some depth of like character interaction in the game, I think I'll like it a lot still.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't see this being super comedic, but I could see it having character still.
So what is what do you think the best announcement of BlizzCon was?
For me, it's Overwatch because it's different from what everything else they've done.
It's so different. It's so new and fresh.
Developers need to stretch themselves more, I think. Can't just keep making Assassin's Creed.
Come on. Why?
Why?
Tell me one reason.
Because it eventually leads to your downfall, doesn't it?
Look at how well Ubisoft's doing.
Are they
Look
doing
at how
well?
well Call of Duty's doing. That franchise is so good.
As an artistic property, it leads to your downfall. Like, you're this giant game company and you hire artists, and then you tell them to go against everything they want to do.
Yeah.
Like, you need to let your artists be creative.
No.
In
You
order
need to make money because you're a giant corporation. Who cares now?
I'm dropping stuff now.
It's a very sad story.
It's a sad story.
But Blizzard does a pretty good job, I think. In general. I mean, they only make the same games over and over, but they do make good games that are not, like, actually grossly iterative. Like, they don't make a new, like, StarCraft every year. They don't make a new
Yeah, like
Diablo
it took them
every
like
year.
9 years to make Diablo 3, right?
Yeah.
They could have released like Diablo 3, 4, and 5 in that time.
Yeah. And it would have been exactly the same game every time.
Yeah.
Had they followed other people's business model. And it would have been perfectly acceptable in the industry. But we don't need that. You smell like poop! I'm talking to my opponent, not you guys. Not the viewers.
You are Ice Cube. I'm sorry.
No, he's totally a poop smeller. I don't care.
So, I must ask you, what are you most excited about?
I set myself up for swipe.
I mean, I assume you're gonna say Legacy of the Void, but I could be wrong.
I think I actually am more excited for Overwatch, and then probably Legacy of Void, and then Hearthstone. But I'm excited about all of them. But this is more exciting because it's new. Well, and Heroes of the Storm would probably be last because I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Shall not
But I think this would be like a lot of fun, and it's new. It's completely unique. They haven't made anything new
Like, I hope this is
in practically my
successful.
lifetime. You know?
Yeah.
Like, so
I hope Overwatch is very successful and convinces
As
them
do
to, you know, branch out towards more new IPs.
that'd be very sweet.
You gotta be
And hopefully make another RTS,
Yeah.
as in Warcraft 4.
Or maybe a different genre.
Yeah, something different.
Who cares? I
What
guess.
other could they make? It's so crazy. I don't know. It's good when you see big companies branching out.
Yeah, it was a really cool event though overall. A lot of people said it was their favorite BlizzCon and had gone on and will go again, you know, but
Where shall I strike?
Where does BlizzCon take place?
It's Sacramento or San... I don't remember.
We should go.
Somewhere in California.
We should go there.
We should.
Everybody should go. We should all get to go. How great would it be? I want to be able to be like, all right, I got like 10 tickets to BlizzCon.
I got 10 tickets to Paradise.
Time to
I really wish I wouldn't have lost it.
pack your bags.
Oops, I forgot to play cards because I was too distracted by you.
Oh, sorry, man. I didn't realize I'm so
I was lost in you.
attractive. Yeah. I want to go to BlizzCon and the Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, that's probably less likely.
Anyway, any final thoughts?
Um,
Any questions you want to ask our viewers? I mean, obviously,
well, I guess,
know
what
what you're
are they most
excited
excited about and how they feel about some of the changes that are coming to the next StarCraft, how they feel about the new World of Warcraft,
expansion.
what their thoughts are on this game in particular.
Hearthstone.
No, well, Hearthstone, Overwatch.
Things are getting shooken up, that's for sure. In terms of Hearthstone, and
Yeah, it's gonna be a...
everything is getting shaken. There's going to be a lot of balancing work in Blizzard over the next few years.
Yeah, they're all separate departments, I think, though.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, I suppose I should finish this last game.
Behold,
Well, it
Yeah.
might not be my last game. Whichever the case. Yeah,
Let's
it's
do
probably
some
my last.
Hearthstone commentary.
Let's get that. Let's get him. Let's get the Stormwind. Come on, get him. Get him.
Oh,
My control tech. Get him.
mind
If
control.
I get him, I win the game. I think. Maybe not. Still, he's got a lot of damage. Probably not, actually. That's okay. It's still fun to try and steal him.
Oh,
Got
oh,
him.
what? Where does that come from?
I could kill one of the big ones.
You don't. Oh my god, look at this twist.
Alright, well, if I win this game, I'm sorry that the arena's not over, but you're not going to be able to watch it all, because too bad.
That's fine. If you want more arena, we'll give you more arena. All you gotta do is ask.
That's true. Just make sure you post comments every day. Tell us that we suck. Tell us that we smell good.
Dude, the more you tell us we suck, the better we get, right?
It's true. Science. Dude, this guy's like, he's like
He's like, oh, I'm so close. He's probably like on his second loss right now. He's like,
The control tech is the dumbest card ever. Oh, broken. It's so broken. But they make Big Sir needs to get an email now. Big Sir, you did it wrong. Do I have 4, 7, 10, 13, 14?
You got 18, 19, 20 damage right now.
So close. Wait, can I play all these even?
Wait, can you? Yeah, that'd be 21.
9. It's not.
Wait, what is power? Is power overwhelming plus 4?
4.
Yeah, that's what I
So
thought.
7, 10, 11, 12.
13, 14, 15, 16, 22.
Okay, well that's sad.
So you have to clear.
Oh god, what am I doing?
What are you doing?
Making a mistake. Oh, don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Put it here. And I'll get more value out of it.
You got. Are you gonna dwarf hand? Dude, you got it now.
I can't do this because in case I stop.
Okay.
This is like, I can still get swiped, but if I get Starfall, this dies too. And if I do this instead, like, at least these two survive. I gotta be at least somewhat safe.
Dash.
You shall die, Druid. I have like 3 soul fires.
shall suffer.
Oh.
You
That's pretty
shall
good.
stay shall by the seashore.
I still might be able to kill him this turn on. 2,
Yeah, power wall
2,
first
4. Okay.
before you attack. Or
Yeah.
before you kill.
Yeah. What would I do with this guy? And then do 2 or 3, 4, it doesn't matter. And then, so that'd be 4,
Well, you want to power wall
9.
anything but your Dark Iron Blade.
11,
Or
15, 16. Yay, we win. Okay. So this guy, this, that,
Lends the sun well.
that, and then these, those, and then that. Good!
work, Brandon. Thanks for
I
time,
greet
gamers.
you.
Goodbye.